On the 25th of May 2018, the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, came into effect, marking the first significant update to European data protection law in over 2 decades. This regulation grants individuals, known as data subjects, greater authority over how organizations handle their personal data. Personal data encompasses various pieces of information, including names, location data, email addresses, health records, and photos, among others, essentially anything that could identify a living individual. In the UK, the GDPR is complemented by a new Data Protection Act, which addresses areas left to individual member states' interpretation and extends the GDPR's provisions to certain areas beyond its scope. Non-compliance with GDPR standards exposes organizations to substantially higher penalties than those stipulated in the 1998 Data Protection Act. Maximum fines can amount to 20 million euros or 4% of annual global turnover, whichever is greater. However, GDPR compliance isn't solely about meeting obligations and avoiding penalties. There are significant benefits too. Compliance with GDPR fosters transparency, accountability, and ultimately enhances public trust by empowering individuals to exercise control over their data. By prioritizing data protection, organizations can bolster their reputation, cultivate better relationships with customers, and improve cybersecurity resilience, thus mitigating the risk of cyber threats. For organizations striving to achieve GDPR compliance, it's essential to grasp key terminology and principles outlined in the regulation. Personal data is broadly defined as information relating to an identifiable natural person, encompassing various identifiers. Processing refers to any operation performed on personal data, whether automated or not. Data controllers determine the purposes and means of data processing, while data processors handle data on behalf of controllers. Compliance with GDPR necessitates adherence to 6 fundamental data processing principles, ensuring that personal data is lawfully, fairly, and transparently processed, collected for specified purposes, kept accurate and secure, and retained only as long as necessary. Moreover, GDPR outlines 6 lawful bases for processing personal data, including contractual obligations, legal compliance, vital interests, public tasks, legitimate interests, and explicit consent. While consent is a valid basis, organizations should consider its limitations and explore alternatives, such as legitimate interests, which offer greater flexibility. Additionally, GDPR grants data subjects various rights, including access, rectification, erasure, restriction of processing, data portability, objection, and protection against automated decision-making. Ensuring data security is paramount, requiring organizations to implement appropriate technical and organizational